What's it like to move abroad for 3 months alone, taking classes, and doing an internship fully in Spanish? Well, if you're curious to know what it's like, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Hi, my name is Veronica and I'm a junior at the University of Miami studying creative advertisement with minors in marketing and theater arts. Last semester I studied abroad in Sevilla, Spain, and I wrote down a couple frequently asked questions, and today I'm just going to be sitting down and talking about all of it. So the first question is, how did I pick Spain? Spain was a place that I've always wanted to go to. My family is Latin American and I grew up speaking Spanish, and I knew I wanted to continue getting better with my Spanish, and I didn't think that there was any better way to do that than going to Spain. Now, Sevilla is a very particular city and one that I had actually never been to before studying abroad, but in the fall my university only offered partner programs with Barcelona and Sevilla. And I'd been to Barcelona a couple times before and wanted to try something new, and I ended up choosing Sevilla. The second question was, what was the process of applying for the visa like? I did have Spanish citizenship, so it was super handy in the process. I didn't have to apply for anything. A big thing that I feel like no one talks about is how the university in Spain is actually like, or when you study abroad, and what classes you take and just how the environment is. So my study abroad program was through a partner program called CEA Kappa. It's kind of like an American study abroad institution. There's a study center, and in that study center we would have classes that we could take either in Spanish or English, but it wasn't a college campus. So that was definitely culture shock from going to UM. And within CA Kappa, there were only American students. So that was something that I actually didn't know. I thought that I'd be taking classes with Spaniards, but that is not the case, or at least in the program I did. I also did end up taking another class at a university called La Universidad Central de Sevilla, which is actually in an old tobacco factory. Fun fact. My classes were also with other international students, which all happened to be Americans. It still wasn't really a campus. It was more of a university within a city. In that building, I actually got to take this wine class, which was super cool. My teacher was a sommelier, he had a bar, and we got to do taste testings of wines every week and figuring out how the wine's produced, the soil that's needed, how the region that it grows in can affect the taste of it. So that was definitely one of my favorite classes there. I took a food and culture class, which was also super cool, learning about just Spanish cuisine. We also got to do a paella making class, which was really fun. I took digital marketing as well to fulfill a class in my marketing minor, which was super convenient because I got back to UM and I'm almost done with my minor now. And then the last class I took was an internship class. My program allowed me to take internship for class credit. You apply to take the class and then you get paired with an internship. We had to do 20 hours a week, which was a lot, I'm not gonna lie, and it's definitely a different experience than just going for classes and traveling every weekend, but I learned a lot professionally. Experience working abroad is always great to have. Let's talk SIM cards, because no one talks about that. So when it came to getting a SIM card, I was really considering just buying one before I got there, but it just wasn't working out. So I waited till the actual orientation of my program. CA Kappa had a booth during orientation, a Spanish SIM card company, and it was so much cheaper doing it with them than all the online places I'd seen. So I would definitely consider that. I think a local place always ends up being cheaper. It was really convenient. I literally just filled out a form, put the date, like the start date that I needed it and the end date that I needed it, and they would reactivate it for me. If you're doing a SIM card, remember that your phone needs to be paid off to do it, at least with AT&T. It's a physical SIM card, they can just unscrew it and put it in for you. But if it's an eSIM card, make sure your phone is paid off. Do that before you leave. I kind of want to end the video off a bit more with some recommendations. Be intentional for where you pick when you're studying abroad. Not just where your friends want to go, not just wherever you hear that people say it's cool, like actually look into it. And secondly, do what makes you happy. I think it's so important to not just follow the crowd. Remember that this is your experience. This isn't an experience that's going to last forever, and you don't want to leave with any regrets. Lastly, let's talk about change. So how did this experience change me? It was hard for me. And I think that's where the most change lies. It, reiterated the fact that I can be self-sufficient and resilient. You have to deal with it yourself, and you need to be strong by yourself. It taught me so many professional things, like how to communicate in the workplace, how to work on a team, how to work in Spanish. So professionally, I definitely grew a lot, but personally, I also think it just made me really resilient and really made me value the things I have at home. Going abroad did make me appreciate so many things about Miami that I just took for granted before, but I feel like it just also made me realize what I value in the place I live in and the place that I'm going to live in. My final words for if you're thinking of studying abroad: it never hurts to travel, it never hurts to meet new people, learn new things, but also be intentional, do your research, and figure out what your goals are and how you're going to achieve them. And remember, the experience is not perfect. Just go in with an open mind. What's meant to be will be. And I hope this helped you, even just a little bit, because I think it would have really helped me, and hopefully it helps you. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for listening, and bye.